Are you a Missouri patient looking for other options besides your local dispensary? Have you considered finding a caregiver but found the process to be confusing and hard to navigate? We understand, and that's why we created Farmers Market, Missouri's freelance marketplace for licensed caregivers to conveniently offer their services to Missouri patients. Sign up today at farmersmarket.com.
What's going on?
Yabba dabba doo, time to dab in. What are you dabbing in with?
Ooh, I got some Vivid sugar, live sugar.
Yeah, we all got some sugar. I got some teal. And this is Katsu Bubba Kush sugar. Ooh. It's all about the sugar.
The terpenes.
I don't know if you can see this, but this stuff
You'll see it here in a little bit.
Really glistening. It is, where's my box at? Grease Gun.
Who's it made by?
By Core Extracts.
Nice, Grease Gun. Someone on our comments from the smoke sesh said that they were smoking on Grease Gun.
It contains marijuana, I see that.
I got Cherry Lemon Diesel from Vivid. Live sugar.
Katsu Bubba from Teal.
This tastes pretty good.
It kind of sets in on your lungs there. It kind of expands.
Yeah, you get
once you inhale.
Kind of grabs you by the boo-boo, don't it?
Is that kind of what you think about expands? It's what you smoke on expands?
You know it, man. Expands your mind.
Yeah.
As well as your lungs.
Man, oh man, good stuff.
Oh man. Woo! So
there we go, all dabbed in now.
Yeah.
Ready for the show.
Smells good. Oops, I clumped it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
See, that's what's cool about sugar.
It don't really stick.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been talking about, last week we started talking about different types of concentrates and whatnot, and so we're going to continue talking about that tonight. And tonight, we're going to focus on sugar. What is sugar? How's it made? What makes it different than this diamonds? What makes it different than shatter? What makes it,
What makes
what's the
it
process?
tick?
So, and I think Zach's going to lead the charge on that one. So,
a little digging on.
but yeah, so woo, yeah.
Definitely got some terpenes in there.
I took a pretty nice little draw on that. Kind of, like I said, expanded in my lungs. But yeah, the sugar, this teal here, I mean, it's got a nice consistency as far as sugar goes. It's a little drier than what I'd like to see, but it's not crumbly. It's still moist and pliable. Smells good. It's got your typical Katsu Bubba Kush, spicy, earthy, somewhat piney smell. So, but yeah, I like it. Nice flavor, like I said, expands in your lungs. But I'm excited to hear all about what makes sugar sugar instead of what makes sugar not
Something else. Or
Right.
something else.
And it
Right,
will actually surprise a lot of people,
Yeah.
the difference between all these.
So,
But yeah, that's for later in the show.
Absolutely. So, yeah, but that's what we're going to talk about. We got some other things to talk about, all kinds of stuff to talk about. So, but we're going to hear from our sponsors because they got some stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
So, here, go to our sponsors.
Welcome to Kansas City Cannabis, your hometown, locally owned and operated cannabis dispensary. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will guide you through your journey to wellness. Patients first is our guiding mantra, and we'll continue to bring quality, affordable medicine to the patients of Missouri. Kansas City Cannabis Company, inspiring wellness. Now open in Kearney and Blue Springs. Coming soon to Lake Lotawana and Excelsior Springs. For location, hours, and current menu, visit kccannabis.org.
All right.
Go, roll it!
You got to love paying the bills.
Oh, my goodness, man. You know what? I'm not paying them. That's what's fun about it. They are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
That's
cool.
too much money. I won't pay it.
I ain't paying the bill. Just don't pay. What if everybody stopped paying their bills? Everybody.
Oh, man, it would be chaos.
What if everybody just said, I'm not going to do that.
I don't
I'm not
know.
even going to go there. I'm not going to start talking about it. Next thing I know, they're plugging my phone.
Oh, man.
There'll be black cars sitting out with government plates outside my
Yeah,
house.
earpieces.
I have a feeling we could spend an hour on that very
Be running from like Mulder and Scully for. You guys remember who those guys are?
vague,
So,
very light.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we had a fun week. I did a little edible review and got to go through all that. And
So what was it?
I did the Wana Sour Gummy. It was the blood orange, 300 milligrams. So it was a nice, heavy edible. Felt pretty good.
Yeah?
So I did a
Whole
little
pack. Say it.
I
It was a
of
whole
course,
pack.
Of course, I did it the way I
It was
always
not a
do
300-gram edible.
Yeah,
It
I
was
did-
several
Yes, it
20
was
milligram
10
edibles.
10 30-gram
Or,
30
okay,
milligram
yeah.
edibles. And I
Did
ate
you
all 10.
record this event?
Yes, I did, of course. Of course, like I do always. I went on a nice little hike with Cindy, and Cindy reviewed the granola. They were 5 milligrams a piece. She had 2 of them, so she had 10 milligrams.
Right on.
I was actually kind of confused because they come in the granolas, they come in little individual like pouches. They're almost like you get the old cookies in the little wrinkled things. So it was in there, and there was only 5 of them in there. And me and her were even talking about it, and it wasn't until I got back later and started looking at the video. There's actually 2 in each one of those little things. So
cool.
I was like, there's only 5 in here. How are they 5 milligrams and 50 for the full thing? I was like, they don't know their math. But I'm the dumbass on that one.
Oh well, we all have our moments, brother. So, but, one of the reasons I want to iterate or reiterate, because it's been a while since you've done an edible review with Cindy, and I just want to reiterate that the reason that Cindy was asked to do the edibles is because she's a lightweight.
Yes, very much so.
She has no shame in her game.
No.
She's very much a low dose individual.
She's normal,
so and we wanted to cover the gamut, So Zach, he seems to like.
Oh, I like them big. I like them heavy.
Did you just say you like them big, dude?
Big and heavy. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Anyway,
All right, so I think there's a video coming. I'd like to leave the situation.
Well, I kind of fit that description. My mic fell off.
Yeah, really. You were so surprised. But,
oh my God, what happened?
Wow.
yeah, I
I'm shook up right now.
time to dab.
Oh, damn.
sure
Shook Stewart up so much he has to take a dab now.
All right, so I'm going to take a dab too while we go and watch this edible review.
Yeah, go ahead and hit it, Dave. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Delectable Edibles. Today we're out at Parkville Nature Sanctuary. We're going to do a little loop, check out the Parkville Park. Today I'll be trying the Wana Sour Gummy Blood Orange 300 milligrams. And like last time, I've got Cindy here with me. She's going to be eating the granola. I believe they're 5 milligrams a piece. We're going to check them out and see how they are.
Yeah.
Like always, these are sweet, very sweet. Of course, they're loaded with sugar and high fructose corn syrup, so of course they're going to be sweet. What do you think of the granola?
The granola is very good. There's more substance to it, so it feels more like a snack
Nice.
versus the candy.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see how this absorbs compared to the candy.
Now, I know that those are all natural, made from seeds and stuff like that, so it's a lot better, a lot healthier option.
Yes, and honey, rolled oats, steel cut oats, dried cranberries, puffed brown rice, coconut flakes, and cinnamon.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
this is nice. I could taste all of it.
Very good. All right, well, we're going to check out, see how these edibles do, and we'll check this hike out.
We're up.
right, guys, that wraps up the hike for today. What do you think of the granola so far?
I was really impressed. Very savory, and had a little tension in my shoulders. And within, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes of walking, I can feel that it's kind of relaxed, but still alert, clear, and enjoying the brisk weather.
Nice. I can definitely tell you I can feel that 300 milligram edible for sure. It was made this hike very, very enjoyable, nice and relaxing, right? To the point where I don't even care it's cold anymore. So, you know, but yeah, so there it is, and we'll keep doing these a little more often. So,
Yeah.
all right, stay lifted.
Yep.
All right.
Right on, man. Good
Yeah.
review, dude.
That was fun. Now, on all reality, I should have done a video later that evening after I got home because I didn't go to sleep. My wife said I went to sleep the other day, but I didn't go home and go to sleep. I did go lay down.
You resting your eyes, right?
No, I just laid there. My eyes were open. I just laid there for about 45 minutes. I was feeling good.
Yeah.
So that 300 milligrams hit the spot.
Nice.
I feel like you went to sleep.
And I didn't go to sleep.
And you know that where they went out there, the Parkville Nature Center.
Oh, it was beautiful.
You know, it's a gorgeous walk, and there's
Yeah.
several different pathways you can take, and there's a beautiful waterfall there, and yeah,
a few beautiful waterfalls.
Yeah, Brenda and I go walking through there quite a bit in the summertime, so it's one of our favorite places to
Very
go.
well maintained.
Absolutely, and
Yeah.
yeah, I mean it's great. And then you've got the river right across the
Yep.
highway there.
And you got a lake right there's the one hillside, the grassy hillside.
Right.
There's a lake actually right up on top of that too.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's all sorts of stuff.
Yeah,
to do
that's
there.
Raintree Lake.
Is it Raintree Lake? Okay.
Pretty sure that's Raintree Lake.
Yeah, and there was quite
Yeah,
a few
Raintree
trails
Lake.
that ran through there and stuff. It was a beautiful park. It would have been a little bit better if it wasn't quite so chilly, but we had to go early in the morning. So
Well, I mean, and there's that whole you being from Arizona that you get
yeah,
that.
if it's below
Probably
70,
wasn't
it's
really
cold.
that cold.
Oh yeah, it's freezing to listen.
Oh,
look
man,
out!
It is time for
Incoming.
the top shelf trivia. We got a doozy for you guys this week.
All right.
How much is the Miley Cyrus bong estimated to be worth? Let's
The
see.
Miley Cyrus bomb.
The Miley
good
Cyrus
question. This is
bong.
important.
Oh man, I don't know. This is. I didn't even know there was a Miley Cyrus bong. There is such thing as a Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus
It's
bomb.
the Miley Cyrus bong.
But
Okay.
it's now
Can
wait
you
a
buy
second.
one?
Is it one of
No,
a kind?
it's a one of a
okay.
kind.
One of a kind.
It is a one of a kind.
Okay, so somebody's going to get that.
Yeah.
That's a Google question. Ron, 10,000, 500K.
Oh man, got a whole bunch of guesses.
20
Kayla Arlen.
Kayla got it.
Oh, 70,000.
$70,000 for a bomb.
That's all right. I got to get with her
70K.
anyway. So
Wow.
Yeah.
why don't you tell her what she's won? 'Cause
Oh,
that's
yes.
a little different tonight.
We got some.
A little different genetics.
Yeah, they're snob genetics, and the variety
Yeah,
is
it's
10
10
killer.
killer. That's right, I
The variety
confirmed
is
that.
called 10 killer. Now
And-
they are regulars. They are
Yep,
not
these
femmes.
are photo regulars.
Yes.
So you will get males, possibly, more than likely.
Right, like
Right.
50-50.
50-50
But so
chance usually.
it's a chocolate mimosa, and these are both from Red Beard. Chocolate mimosa is the mother times glumosa.
Chocolate
Was the
mimosa
male.
times glumosa.
Okay.
So, yay, cool. And we'll be giving these away, periodically through the
Yep.
course of the next few months. So, because we've got a pretty good amount.
Yep.
They were very generous.
Definitely. Thanks
Thanks
to
to-
the
yeah.
weed snobs.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys a lot.
Oklahoma weed snobs, get over there and check out that group too. Just punch it into your Facebook.
Yeah.
Oklahoma weed snobs.
And we got a couple more giveaways coming up. So
Or if you want to invite to the group, send Stuart a message.
Wait, what?
What?
right.
Right on. So, all right. So, what are we going to talk about? You know what? I want to. I don't even know. What are we going to talk about?
Well, we got sugars to kind of talk about. We got a couple little videos of our different sugars that we have.
Okay.
So-
Yeah. So, what about sugar? So, we've been talking about dabs,
Yeah.
concentrates, and we want to demystify. There are a lot of guys out there. Don't get me wrong. You really know your shit, man. You know your dabs. I mean, I am by no means an expert on concentrates or making concentrates or anything like that. I am just as mesmerized by
I
it.
can't even concentrate.
I mean, yeah. So
Right.
yeah, exactly, dude. It's fucks me up. You know?
Right.
I press my own rosin. I've made BHO for several days now.
Yeah.
You know, in Bible days. What's that, like 1,000 years?
Something.
I don't
like
know.
A day is like
I didn't know there was a conversion.
yeah, something like that. So in Bible days.
that. Anyways.
So, so anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, but you know what? Things are so like refined these days.
Yes.
And that's the one of the things that I'm grateful for, that we have the ability to go buy these concentrates. Now I wish that the cannabis was grown to a fuller maturity
Right.
with commercial grade stuff, but you know,
Right.
I still like the array of different types of concentrates that I get.
Yes.
And I think as the market in Missouri matures, it'll get better.
Right.
You know, the quality of the bud will get better as we go. So I got high hopes.
Well, and what I found was, doing the research for, about this sugar and stuff is, I found very interesting is the only difference between sugar, really the closest thing it comes to is shatter.
Shatter, sugar. It's
Sugar and shatter, and the only difference is when you're percolating it, is that there's a different process to percolating, and one becomes shatter and one becomes sugar.
what's the process?
Shatter has to be absolutely no agitation or something when it was percolating, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken.
And this, they go in.
I'm assuming they
And
probably
they
whisked
agitate it, right,
Yeah.
yeah.
But when it comes, the difference between all these concentrates, the only difference between them is where they get their names and stuff is from the consistency of the dab.
Well, see, we used to when we'd make BHO, and then we'd be, purging it.
Maybe that was the name. I was just
One of the
reading it
things
wrong.
we would do is you get down in there and you whip it, and you whip it while it's purging, and you whip air into it.
Okay.
Helps it purge. It gives you a smoother finished product.
Okay.
And it gives you a little better consistency. And again, I mean, I was lucky to make BHO and have some shatter.
Right, and that's how this is. The sugar is made.
I didn't get
BHO.
into I didn't get into all the fancy shit.
See, you could have made shatter, even doing that BHO, because the way this
I made
is
shatter
actually-
with the BHO.
or not shatter, but sugar.
Oh, sugar, right.
And what's funny what's cool about it is it was actually made on accident the first time, and it was something about the humidity levels and the time that it sat. It crystallized and turned into a sugar instead of a shatter.
Right,
And-
so it
they're
kind of
like, "Whoa,
like,
this
it
is
sort of
cool."
like grows together,
Yeah.
the crystalline formation over time through the agitation,
Right.
and it precipitates. Yeah, that's the word that
Yeah.
I was looking for. It makes that, that crystalline formation, and I mean, mine is just sparkling like crazy. It actually,
Yeah.
it almost looks like tiny, tiny little diamonds,
Well,
but
while you're
sugar
talking,
sparkles too.
bring up the teal. While he's talking about his
No,
teal.
I got the teal. He's got. That's the teal. So
Yeah.
this is
I've
the
got
one
the
I've
core.
got. Okay.
Yeah, this one Vernon's got.
And what really is kind of not really surprising, but a little bit surprising, that every one of these looks different.
Yeah,
I mean, bring that back up
hit it again.
real
there
quick.
you go.
That right there. Now it looks like wet sugar to me, and when I mix it up, it does clump a little bit, and it's still kind of wet. Okay, it probably looks the most like wet sugar I think of any other one, but I don't necessarily think it's the better looking of the concentrates. What are you doing, Stuart?
You're on the core then,
Which
aren't
one
you?
do you have?
What am I
the
doing?
core?
Oh, I was core extracts,
Okay,
and it is
so bring
grease
up
gun.
the core. So this is what Stuart went and
I
got.
mean, and that's when I say it's just shining. I mean,
Okay.
it is blinging.
Yeah, we didn't quite get good enough video of the shiny part of it.
Right, but it is. I mean, in the light, it's just
yeah, you
like,
can kind of see a little shine right there in the corner.
So yeah, so it's granular,
yes, it is
Yeah.
a lot more
It-
granulated than yours
yeah.
for sure.
and it's a lot drier. Did it moisten up when you mixed it, or?
It actually, I mean, even though it kind of looks like that, it's got like a really almost, I mean, it's still got a fairly squishy, especially when you throw a little heat to it,
Right.
consistency. But
Okay.
it doesn't seem like overly dry.
Right on.
If that's what you mean, it's actually really nice.
And what
It tastes
about
really great.
what about yours, Zach? What do
I'm
you
on
got?
the Vivid. I'm using testing.
I'm on the Vivid.
He's hooked on the
Yeah,
Vivid.
no,
Vivid.
dang it, he's hooked
Yeah.
on my God.
But anyways, when I
It's
opened
all
it up,
over now.
it looked similar to how Stewart's was, kind of granulated and stuff. But after playing with it, it actually has kind of come closer to a consistency of the teal.
Okay, right on.
Wanna
Bring that up.
Yeah. So it's you can see there's a little bit more moisture in the actual concentrate.
Yeah.
So
And it's got a
yeah.
good granulation too.
yeah, it's
As well.
I'm
I was
enjoying
gonna say
it.
it.
That's for sure. I'm enjoying it enough. I'm gonna take another dab of it.
So I like mine.
Ben said that's between your toes.
It's kind of squishy. Like when
Yeah,
you step
it's like a pumice
you ever step on a
scrub,
cow
you know?
patty, Ben? Come on, man. Let's be real. If you've never stepped on a wet cow patty, you just don't understand what sugar feels like between the toes. But if you have, I mean,
Wow.
that's the truth.
So you stepped on a barefoot?
Yes, I mean we used to.
Where I grew up, you didn't go outside without shoes on.
Dude, you don't understand. Okay,
What do you want, a scorpion up your ass?
Oh, dude!
You know?
Where I grew up, it was common to have thorns, 2 inches long, out just everywhere. You didn't
Oh,
go
dude, we
outside.
had briar patches too. I mean, we were in a cow pasture,
man.
and it was a game called kicking patties. And you'd run through and kick the patty, and whoever got the wet one lost.
Oh, man, lost big time.
barefoot,
Barefoot. You know what else we used to do?
cow tipping.
No, I never cow tipped. No. We did hunt snipes though.
Oh, yeah?
But we also would, like, when we'd go fishing, we'd bow fish for carp. And my grandma would pressure cook the carp.
Ooh,
We were poor. But anyway, so
yeah.
as,
not a fish
when my
fan.
grandpa was cleaning the carp, they'd have the white air sacs in them. And he'd pull them out full of air, throw them on the back patio, and we'd all stomp on them and see if we could pop them.
Oh, man.
I'd step on them and they'd shoot out. It was funny.
Grandpa would look out and be like,
It's
that
true.
boy ain't right.
Wow.
No, he'd throw them out on the porch. Here you go, kids! Boom, and we'd all run in there like a bunch of heathens and trying to stomp on the, and it'd be shooting all over the place. We're laughing our ass off.
Sean wants to know where you went snipe hunting at.
Hey, he ain't telling you his
Western
secret
Kansas,
snipe
brother.
hunting
Went
spots.
snipe hunting in western Kansas. You know the funny thing is, I caught one.
Oh yeah.
No. No.
What?
But I took my kids snipe hunting, and that's the funniest shit.
Oh man.
Did they catch him?
Has anybody ever caught a snipe? You know there is
Not
a
that
bird
I've-
called
not
a
that
snipe.
I've seen.
There really is a bird called a snipe.
Yeah, well, I have never caught one. So.
I know a place.
All right, let's go.
You want to
know
go
a
snipe
place?
hunting?
Yeah, let's
We're
go
gonna
snipe hunting.
We'll record that shit.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be awesome.
On edibles.
Oh, snipe hunting on edibles.
Oh my God, dude. That would be
Edibles.
something.
Mushrooms? Or, I mean, no, I guess, no, you mean THC, don't you?
Well, what you do is your thing.
So,
Yeah, exactly.
Zach,
like
what's
that? Yeah, I guess we kind of got a little sidetracked.
what sets sugars apart from other types of concentrates?
Like I kind of touched on earlier, it is really it comes down to the consistency. It's the small granulated, stuck together like sugar that has just been wet, wet, not dissolved, but is wet. Sugar that is wet but not dissolved.
Right.
Is all sugar really boils down to. Now, we do have two different kinds here. We have a live sugar and we have a regular sugar. Difference between a live sugar
Why
and
don't you just say it, man? If it's not alive, it's dead.
yeah.
So, we
So,
gotta-
well,
I mean,
that's what the difference between a live sugar and a regular sugar is. Live sugar, when they harvest, it is flash frozen and then goes through the extraction process. Whereas
Right.
regular sugar, it is harvested, dried, and cured, and then goes in and goes through the process and becomes sugar. So there's more of a full spectrum with the live sugars.
So you're telling me that a grow op wet trimmed their bud to make live sugar, or did they just cut the biomass off and throw it in?
Cut the biomass. I'm assuming.
Probably, well, they probably make it from, leaves
The
anyway.
whole
So,
thing.
Right. Yeah. It's the.
well, I mean, if you're talking about grow ops around here and manufacturing, they're going to get the shake and trim and they're just going to flash
then
freeze
that's
it like
not-
the second.
But that's not live because it's dried. All the grow ops I know around here that I know of, and I could be wrong, so please, if I am, correct me. I was wrong about something that I'll say out here in a second. The other day when Bobby and
Bobby
and
Hoover.
Skylar Hoover were here, I made the comment that dispensaries couldn't give product away, that they had to at least charge the $1 processing fee or whatever, and I was wrong. I got corrected. Bianca was quick to correct me, and not in a rude way or anything, but she sent me a message and said, "Hey, I just want you to know." And she sent me a message, a clip of the statute that showed that as long as it's not for promotions, then they can give away. They don't have to charge the dollar.
Nice.
And you know, so yeah. Anyway, I misspoke. So I don't even know where I was at now.
We were talking about sugar and how it's
So,
created.
okay, so if they clip the leaves, you're
Okay.
saying
Oh,
it's
yeah,
not
the-
live sugar anymore.
Well, because most of all the grow ops I know of in Missouri, they dry trim. They chop and they hang the whole plant,
So-
and then they dry trim.
Right.
Now I do know when we did our Cocoa Labs, remember they showed us the freezer with all the fresh
But that doesn't mean it
flash
was,
froze. It was all green still and all looked fresh. Like it looked like they had cut it down and froze it right then.
Yeah, I didn't pay that. All I saw was white bags with a little green underneath
Right.
the
Man,
white
there
frost.
was a lot
Yeah.
of freaking
You know, there was a
trichomes
lot.
in that bag. I remember that.
Yeah,
But that was
I
so
remember,
frozen.
and I remember seeing even
Yeah.
a couple actual full leaves in there, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Of course, that was quite a while ago.
Yeah.
Right, so,
Looking through it.
but anyway,
Right.
you know,
So, but yeah,
say la vie.
that's the difference between them. Is one's flash frozen at harvest and one's
Right.
taken
You're
through
right.
cure.
That is the difference
So-
between a live.
And supposedly the one, or in doing so, one's supposed to be a full spectrum, and one is just more THC.
Right, it's got all the lipids and
Right.
oils and
Terpenes
and everything.
And that's another thing that is now. So now that they've actually refined on how to do these sugars and how at the first time it was done through a long period of time, and through that long period of time, a lot of those terpenes were allowed to escape through the air and stuff like that with its
Right.
in the environment sitting there. Whereas now they've got it down to where they can do it in a shorter amount of time, and those terpenes are preserved. So sugars in general tend to have a lot higher terpene profiles than other concentrates from what I've read.
Well, a live,
Yes,
a live wood. So not necessarily a sugar,
Right.
But a live, like a live resin or a live rosin.
Yes,
The
exactly.
difference between a live resin and a live rosin is the resin is something that is produced when it's extracted, it's used with a solvent
Right.
to extract it. So,
Yeah.
and a rosin is pressed with a heat.
Right.
So,
Well,
anyway,
you know what? It's time for the news, so we'll get back into that when we get done with the news. Get a little deeper.
Will
into
we?
it. Yeah, I think so.
Right on.
Take it
Go to
away.
the news.
Are you a Missouri patient looking for other options besides your local dispensary? Have you considered finding a caregiver but found the process to be confusing and hard to navigate? We understand, and that's why we created Farmers Market, Missouri's freelance marketplace for licensed caregivers to conveniently offer their services to Missouri patients. Sign up today at farmersmarket.com.
It's time for the Top Shelf Weekly Update with Stuart Wells.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Top Shelf Weekly Update. I'm Stuart Wells. In Oklahoma, things are not necessarily okay with the governor, regarding the medical cannabis program. He said that voters were misled when they overwhelmingly approved a 2018 ballot initiative to legalize medical cannabis in the state, arguing that the measure may need legislative reform. He pointed specifically to the relatively low cost of obtaining a cannabis business license compared to other states, and he argued that without a cap on cannabis operators in place, that the market has expanded at an unstable rate. He said that next door in Arkansas, they have 8 growers, and Oklahoma has 8,300 commercial licenses. And he is just not convinced that all of that cannabis is being sold legally, and he aims to crack down hard on what he calls Oklahoma's black market. Moving on, yesterday, Senate Leader Mitch McConnell condemned House Democrats for including a provision protecting banks that work with state legal cannabis businesses in a large-scale bill that advanced through the chamber last week, calling it a, quote, poison pill. In a speech on the Senate floor, McConnell said that the House passed America Competes Act, which focuses on trade competition with China, goes out of its way, quote, to include provisions on, listen to this, marijuana banking, end quote. He went on to say that China has been steadily building up its military and economic might, and the Democrats' answer is to help America get high. Declining, however, to note that the Safe Banking Act would not legalize cannabis, but simply prevent financial institutions that work with cannabis businesses from being punished by federal regulators. Look, federal regulators. Look, I don't claim to know much about all that China talk, but we need cannabis banking now. This is a bipartisan issue, and when Missouri does go recreational, we will need it even more. Moving on. Some of you may remember me reporting on a large amount of cash that was seized during a, quote, routine traffic stop in the dreaded state of Kansas. Well, if you were wondering what has become of this, I'll tell you. The transport company, Imperial Transport, has actually lost several more loads of cash since then, and they have had it. They have filed a federal lawsuit against several enforcement agencies demanding that the federal government stop these, quote, highway robberies, no pun intended. On Monday, the court denied Imperial's request for a temporary restraining order, and Judge John W. Holcomb wrote that the court is compelled to express its concerns regarding Imperial's litigation tactics. Judge Holcomb advised attorneys for Imperial to stop cutting procedural corners and reminded them of their obligation to be candid with the court. Deidre O'Gorman and her partners established Imperial in 2018 in the Denver area. Today they operate in 28 states. Only problem with them is they keep losing other people's money. Folks will only tolerate so much of that. But like I said before, if we had the Safe Banking Act, then none of this would even be an issue. So, okay, our last story hits pretty darn close to the top shelf home. Here's why. Kansas City police are investigating 3 break-ins at cannabis dispensaries that were reported last week. Investigators have stated that 2 of the break-ins could even be connected. One of which happened at From the Earth. Now, I must say that of all of the places to rob, I would not choose a Missouri dispensary. For one, I grow my own cannabis. For 2, there are laws written about stringent security protocols that must be followed. KCPD Police Sergeant Jake Bashina said these dispensaries have great cameras and alarm systems. And I agree with him, and my mouth is trying to glue itself shut. So, Top Shelf Weekly Update reached out to From the Earth, which is located at 62nd and Troost, but they could not be reached for comment. So let's just say that I was not satisfied with that, so I went undercover, pretty much as myself, to get the scoop. So here's what I did. So I put on these glasses right here, and I walked in and I said, hello, fellow cannabis enthusiasts. I'm so down with medical cannabis. Could you point me to your finest edibles? And I think they bought it. But nonetheless, they remain mostly tight-lipped. One source that is choosing to remain anonymous did tell me that thieves got a fairly large amount of product despite the security measures that are in place. And you know what? I think there's a lesson for anyone or, watching tonight, kids especially. If this teaches us anything at all, it's that with the right tools and possibly the right crew, you too can break into almost anywhere. So don't give up on your dreams. And that's all from me.
Wow.
You're good.
What?
Leave it.
Okay.
How's it going?
I just want you guys to know that we don't condone.
Yeah, we came back early
breaking
from the
into
commercial
a dispensary
because
Yeah.
we wanted to note that our disclaimer still stands.
Yeah.
Yes, and
We wanted to come
this
back
is
early from-
satire.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. This
Satire.
And we
might
had
be
to
a
cut off
great
our
time.
Our dispensary commercial to tell you not to break into a dispensary.
Exactly. This might be a good time to explain satirical comedy to your children. So, and we'll go from there.
Awesome.
So, anyway,
Commercial,
yeah,
Dave.
we do the commercial now if you guys want.
Sure, we'll do the commercial.
Yeah.
Right.
All
Oh,
right.
man, welcome
right.
back.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Man,
It is
oh
time
man.
to dab.
That was some
Dab
good
number
news.
deuce.
Man.
Not that it was good news.
No,
but
right? I
that
know,
was
I
some-
hear you.
That was some high quality reporting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I had to go undercover.
What happened?
I just don't worry about it as long as we still live.
You still streaming?
Yeah,
Everybody's still with us.
we still look good, so don't worry about it.
So we're good. All right.
We'll worry about the notification after the show.
Yeah, we'll worry about what's going wrong with our computer after we get
That was
done.
the FBI, by the way.
Oh,
Right?
Are they outside?
Yeah, what'd they say?
The men in black are waiting for the
Yeah, right?
Oh man.
It was some
So,
swamp gas that had refracted
so-
off a weather balloon.
Did somebody get the what's changed?
I know you guys couldn't get this
got
one.
it?
This was too hard.
Who got it?
You didn't remember?
Oh.
I didn't write it down on my hand like I did.
Why not, dude?
So we did have a winner that got it though.
Somebody
This is
got it.
important.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Go for it, man.
Well, actually, Stuart's the one that kind of facilitated this one.
Oh,
Erica.
Erica Hendricks.
Erica Hendricks got it.
so this was an amazing gift from
What?
Jolly Green of the Oklahoma Weed Snobs, and it's so cool. It's freaking. Guy says dank
Hand
globs.
painted, dude. I mean,
What's that?
they-
Oh,
they-
yeah,
it was
yeah, yeah.
hand-painted.
I mean, yeah, Jolly Green's an artist. If you guys don't know, and I mean, he's legit. He does all kinds
There
of
you
cool
go,
stuff,
yeah.
and this is just.
AOD, it's got our dab rig across there.
Right, it says dank globs, and it's like continuous. The dabber it goes all the way across. I love
Yeah.
it.
Right.
That's so cool. Thank you guys so much. We love the Oklahoma Weed Snobs a lot.
So we were like, where can we
well,
put
and,
that,
and,
man?
and they sent the beans too. So I mean,
Yeah.
the whole package was like
Yep.
Yeah, they're all
just
that's pretty
amazing.
So good. Get over there. You know, somebody you want to post a link to their group. Get over there and check out Oklahoma Weed Snobs. We
Yeah.
like those guys, man.
awesome. So that was our what's changed for tonight.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
man, you
Well
guys
said.
got it. Good job.
Yeah. So congratulations to the winner. We'll get that verified.
Yeah, we'll get that figured out.
But oh man.
Uh-oh.
I
What's
need
going
some
on there?
Is that my
verification.
computer?
Uh-oh. Stuart's computer's going haywire on us.
Sucker just came up out of
Hey,
nowhere.
you know what?
Told you it's the men in black.
I was gonna say
Oh,
that's
yeah,
kind of
they-
freaking me out right now,
See,
dude.
Man.
that's what you get for saying what you said, man.
Who's? I didn't say anything.
Kind of
What-
freaking me out.
You can't prove nothing.
That ain't
Is that a knock at your door?
Oh, dude.
They don't knock.
Right?
No, they don't. They just
They do as they're kicking it in.
no. They,
They knock it with their hammers.
They announce.
All right, enough of that. Enough of that talk. Power of suggestion.
Right?
Right.
Yeah,
Leave
don't
that
even.
outside. So
Yes.
anyway,
Anyways, back to
so-
sugars.
Hell yeah! So back to sugars. What do you know about sugars?
It's some good shit.
You like it?
I'm liking it.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I mean, it's okay.
Yep.
I'm not a fan.
got some
I like
flavors.
sugars. It's a good like everyday dab.
Yeah.
Now, how much were these? Do you remember? I don't
don't
remember what I
remember.
paid for mine.
I want to say they
Like
ranged
70
from like
bucks.
yeah 65. Don't want to say 75 somewhere in there.
Right.
Is about
Yeah.
how much?
For the gram.
Yeah, per gram.
Not Instagram, but the gram.
which you know, which
Now,
is
you
is
get
high.
It's high, but
high.
there's more expensive ones. You know, you go to the Diamonds and Sauce, you're talking $80, $90 a
Yeah,
gram.
yeah, that's true.
So,
If you buy it at the dispensary, that's
Right,
what
through
you're
the
going to pay,
dispensary.
you know? And where else can you get it from?
Right.
Except through the dispensary. But, so, you know,
Yeah, where?
and you know
Where-
what? One thing that I've also learned through reading about this
Where
stuff
you
is if you buy something that's sugar that you're buying as a sugar, but you get it and it's not doesn't have that sugar consistency, that could be from improper storage. It got too
Right.
warm, you know.
Transport.
Right.
Yeah, because again, the difference between all these is just a matter of what we were talking about earlier with the perspiration and time. You know, is really the difference between a lot of these different concentrates is just
Right.
a matter of that is the temperature and the time and everything. So, you know,
Well, right, and like you said, this like I don't know, I'm not sure exactly of the process, but it's agitated, I believe, is kind of the term that I'm keep leaning towards. But it's just so cool that like this kind of forms like it's like sugar inside like wax almost, like
Yeah.
the little crystals kind of form, you know, and then it's got like
Well, I mean-
yours is a little bit more, you know, has a little more moisture even than mine, and that's what I'm thinking. Like yours has got you know
Yeah.
granulation in it, but it's mixed with a little bit more.
I mean, basically the process he's talking about, you know, of agitating it while it's purging is, you know, a way that's how you make wax too. You
Okay.
agitate while. So this is probably maybe taken past that point or not. I'd like to know whether it's taken past the point of wax or whether it's not
Right.
quite taken to the point of wax.
Right.
I would assume that since
Well, I
it's
know
still
it's-
got quite a bit of moisture in it, it's not really, it's
Right.
pulled short of being a wax.
yeah, well, I know that everything I've read is the closest concentrate to sugar is shatter.
Shatter.
So I'd probably guess a little closer, a little less than would,
Yeah.
because it'd
right.
be closer to the shatter, so it'd
Right.
be less. And that would make sense the way it crystallizes if it's just enough, you know, agitation to mix it up, but not enough to whip it. Because they were
Whip
also
it good.
they were also talking about how
No.
you agitate it enough it turns into a batter. But that's when you go from a sugar to a batter is the process
Continuing
done
to
first.
whip it.
Okay.
Yeah, continue to whip it.
Continuing to
whip it
Whipping
good.
it gooder.
Gooder and gooder. Just keeps getting gooder and gooder.
Right.
So cool. That's pretty interesting stuff, man.
Yeah.
It really is crazy how there's
Yeah.
all these different ones.
Right. And that's really all it is it all falls back to the consistency and the terpene profiles of the actual
Right.
what the contents is. You can start with it, like you know the manufacturers can send it out as a sugar, and you know you go and buy it and put it in your cabinet and let it sit there for a month. You might not have a sugar anymore.
Right.
You know.
Well,
if
and
you
it's
don't
funny-
if you put it in like on a windowsill or something, a warm spot, you might not have a sugar when you come back.
But that's how they found out about sugar.
Right.
So what's going to be like every time they just like did it wrong, they were like, oh, this kind of looks like
Now-
sugar. You know, they're like we can probably still sell this.
Right.
And then you know you take it on further, it's like, well, shit, it looks a little
And-
different now. I think batter.
Now,
yeah,
if, you guys
that's
remember,
what.
if everybody remembers a couple months ago, we actually had some issues with the seals on the lids, and people were buying stuff and what didn't look like, and that's exactly what was going
drying
on.
out, right,
It was
yeah.
drying out. It
Right.
was changing what it was,
And I also think it's best to store them in a refrigerator.
yes, so
sure,
a lot of
know.
especially like the
Right.
diamonds and sauce, those
Yeah.
ones do really
And
good.
I
in the
mean, you know, I know
refrigerator.
every time, you know, before Missouri went legal, if I went to Colorado and I would go into a dispensary in Colorado, they would have all of their concentrates would be in a refrigerator right there. So, you know, I think that's,
Save the terps.
you know, there's some of the responsibility falls on the dispensaries.
Right.
Some of the responsibility falls on the transporting. Some of the responsibility falls on the
Manufacturer.
patient. I mean, you know,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right,
I've
at
talked to
some point.
patients who've gotten stuff, and it's like, you know, what is this? You know, this isn't whatever, you know, it says it's supposed to be, but they left it in the car for 2 days, you know,
Right.
in the sun.
Yeah.
You know, something like that, or
Well, and I
you
know stuff like, so I carry, my little pouch that I carry around. I keep a gram dab in there. I don't keep stuff like diamonds and sauce in there because
Right.
that's going to get tossed around and stuff, and you don't want the sauce getting on the cap.
Oh, my
It's
sauce.
going to get warm,
get
so-
all over your face.
Oh, right.
And
Right.
Pretty
Like,
soon, it's
my,
like,
Yeah.
my.
Good job.
But, keeping something like
Sauce
a
everywhere.
shatter or a butter in that little pouch is perfect because it's not easily
Yeah, or a crumble or
spreadable.
something like
Yeah.
that.
And you got the
Doesn't
biggest
even
thing you
matter.
got to be careful of with sugar, especially if you're buying on if you're getting your stuff from an unaccredited source, like some sort of weird black market dude that not a good one. I'm not saying all of them are this way, but there are some guys that are doing this stuff in weird ways, and you might get, instead of sugar, you might get high fructose corn syrup.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Oh man.
So you don't want to get that because that'll fuck you up hard.
Yeah.
I've heard it's kind of like bath salts.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Wow.
People eating people's faces and whatnot.
Right.
Weird shit going on, man.
Yeah, and on that note, I've got to dab.
Everybody's gonna dab.
Yep. Well, during speaking of, that made me think of my little edible review because them Juanas had a whole bunch of sugar. But,
Right.
I saw some comments about my eating. Yeah, I downed them.
Yeah. You ate-
Oh, that was
Oh, yeah.
hilarious.
No.
You macked them, dude.
Not
Kayla
only
said
was-
Zach was snacking them down, and that's exactly kind of like what I was thinking. Not those exact words, but as I was watching them just eat.
I could be. Not only was I in the military, but I actually had a rule growing up. I had a rule that I had to keep my face away from the plate, so far away from the table, because I would eat so fast. I would clear my plate before anybody was even halfway
like Major
done.
Payne, right?
Oh yeah, they'd make me sit back and at one point I had to put my fork down in between every bite because I would eat so quick I'd be done before anybody was halfway done with their plate and I'd just be sitting there.
You ever seen Major Payne?
Yes. Yep.
Are you gonna eat?
Yeah. I don't waste no time eating.
Oh my goodness. So yeah. Anyway,
Anywho,
Good stuff.
I
Yes.
like the analogy of you're like a kid who's trying to get as many M&Ms in his mouth as he can before your parents walk in the room.
Exactly. My wife just attested to that. She said I
Zach,
inhale
is
my
your-
food.
Yeah.
is your mouth full of M&Ms?
Chocolate running down your face, slobber. So what are we going to talk about next week? We got something cool we're going to do, and we're going to commit to it, so we have to do
Yes.
it.
Oh,
We
we're
are.
gonna
I
actually
got
say it.
I got a little bubble hash.
Well, you already
shade.
said it.
Oh, that's right. You know what though? That's
Yeah.
exciting. I can't wait to see
continuing
that.
our-
Brandon Sportsman hooked me up with a bubble magic, the little 5-gallon. I don't need a big one, and we're gonna.
Dude, the little 5-gallon one's pimp.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna record the process of washing this, washing the bud, and just go through all that, and we're gonna come here and press rosin right here on the show.
Yep.
So we're
gonna
gonna
press
get
what we wash.
Yeah, we're gonna extract the bubble hash, and then we're gonna press it here on the show because I'm trying to clean up my act when it comes to the rosin I press.
So that
And
will.
right now I use a dry ice method, and with the dry ice method, the problem with that is it dries the bud, the plant material out.
Oh, it's so
and
convenient.
it turns it into powder.
Yeah.
And it gets through the grains of the
bags.
yeah.
Right, it pulverizes it way too
Right,
much.
and so you
Right.
get plant material in the rosin, and it's really hard to get it out, after it's, you can still go through and continue to refine it, but you have to soak it in ethanol, and then basically you may as well have just washed the bud in ethanol and
But yeah, we're gonna show
grain
you
alcohol,
guys.
whatever. Yeah, so anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna show everybody how to do that.
Yeah, so it's going to be cool. So
Yeah.
we're going to do that.
I'm excited. I'm excited to learn. I've never seen a bubble machine.
I saw them do it. I mean, the bubble hash we used to do, we had the bags and we just stacked them in each other.
Right,
and then we, put all the ice in there and we just
You know what?
agitated it with a slow drill or a...
Whoa, what's that?
It is giveaway time.
of-
It is Wheel of Dank time.
Oh, it's the wheel.
Oh, dang.
Wheel
Dank.
of Dank.
Awesome.
Yeah, go ahead and bring that wheel up.
All right.
Good. Spin it. All right. We have Jeff Hickman.
Congratulations.
Nice. Congratulations, Jeff. But
I don't know what it is.
but yeah, so what were we even talking about before the week?
We were talking about making.
Well, yeah, we're gonna make some bubble hash.
yes.
Bubble
I can't wait
hash.
to try
Bubble
some of the hash,
and then
man. I
that-
love.
So what you press
bubble
there?
hash.
What would that would be resin, right?
Well, yeah, it'd be
Rosin.
hash.
Rosin.
It would be all the fine trichome heads.
Right, but what
without
would-
plant material.
What would what you would
Talking about
take and
concentrate,
dab?
right?
What would that concentrate's name be?
Rosin.
Rosin. Okay.
Yeah, it's rosin.
Okay.
You're
So-
just using a different extraction method, and the reason is because the plant material's wet when you put it through the
Right.
bubble hash machine, so it's pliable and it doesn't crumble apart.
That's one of the rules, and we'll get into that.
Yeah,
but it
so-
needs to be completely soaked.
Absolutely.
Right.
100%.
Very cool.
So,
I'm excited to film it.
And we're
I
going to
learned
do
a lot
this
filming it.
next week. So, yeah, it's really cool. So, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yep, that's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. You know, we've been dabbing for so long. I'm glad to actually really
No,
start
I've been
diving deep. In,
Sorry, I went Gangster's Paradise for a
I
second.
know,
man.
I felt it.
Yeah.
I felt some Coolio coming on.
I'm just very glad that we're diving into them and learning more about each individual dab and what they actually
Well,
mean.
yes,
and stuff. So,
you know.
But some of this reading, makes sense why some dabs are so much more expensive. There's some of them that have to sit in a pressurized tube for
Yeah.
22 days.
Yeah, it's a process.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't realize. I knew that some of them took
A
time. but-
temperature-controlled pressurized tube.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
At extreme temperatures.
So, you know what, too? Hey, Dave, don't we have some video from our little trip?
We have one video.
Okay.
So go ahead and bring up
This is
the
a video of
cooking
when
and
we
dab
went
cooking.
to Coco Labs.
You're right.
And it's
Right
just
there.
a cool video. So,
You're right on it, Dave.
yeah, we're gonna watch it.
Oh shit, sorry, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Get it, Dave.
There you go. So yeah, that was looking in
yeah.
their machine when they were cooking some dabs with what was that, negative 500 degree?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What was they were using?
I can't remember. I mean,
Not methane.
liquid nitrogen.
Was it liquid nitrogen?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
their solvent?
Yeah.
Their extraction?
Ethanol, yeah.
Yeah, ethanol.
Yeah. So negative 500 degree liquid ethanol. It was going. I don't know if it.
Negative 500.
Yeah, I remember them saying negative 500 degrees was because remember the top of their tanks were covered
We're
in
gonna have
ice.
to
Oh
go back.
yeah.
Yeah, they were. I mean, they
Yeah.
were caked with ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. So we're gonna have to go back and watch the video and see what.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a cool trip, and I learned a lot from that about how they did stuff, and I didn't realize how it has really gotten like scientific. It's like a lab in there. A crazy lab.
Don't try this at home type shit.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, it's that time
Are we
again.
dipping?
Oh look, yes,
Yeah.
the B420. We have the new flyer.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah, man, that flyer's legit,
Mr.
son.
Jeff Underwood, and we
I
got
posted it.
Josh Henrich coming.
Okay, so dude, Josh Hendricks,
That's awesome.
amazing that we have him coming.
We're so lucky.
We made that connection through Ben Pitzer, but I've seen Josh a couple times in Lawrence. He was opened up with Slightly Stupid there, and they used to play at the field house or whatever.
You got big thanks to Ben for the hookup.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm
so-
sure they played at the Granada a time or two.
Oh, I'm sure, and Josh is going to be there, and he's going to be doing some solo sessions with us
Yep.
in the evening for the celebration. And so
It's going to be a blast. Don't forget it. Don't want to miss it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, hope to see everybody
If you're out of town, we
there.
have plenty of really nice hotels all around it.
vendor spots are
come
filling
on
up.
in,
So
you know?
if you want to be a vendor or a sponsor, we've got limited spots for sponsorships and limited spots for vendors. So
Yep.
hit us up. We'll get the show on the road, and we're gonna have some food trucks there, and it's gonna be really cool.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. So who knows what else we'll add.
Celebrating
Who
420.
even knows?
We're not done adding. There's more cool stuff to come.
right.
Every week we'll have something new
It seems
to tell
like
you guys
everything
all
that
the
gets
time.
added, it makes more people just want to be a part of it. I mean, just more and more people
Right.
keep coming on, man. It's crazy.
Jeff Underwood's gonna come. He's gonna tell
Oh,
his
yeah.
story about how cannabis saved his
Dude,
soul.
I love
That
that.
was it.
You know,
That was a good one. Maybe not. It felt bigger than it was.
I love the title.
I
That's
saw it go in and I'm like, oh no.
oh boy. Anyway, well, yeah.
Wow.
what?
Cannabis saved by soul. I love that.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, that's gonna
So-
be really cool.
And we're gonna have April Hatch and
Yes.
Matt Cashio from the Cannabis Care Team They're going to be talking about cannabinoids and terpenes and all the stuff they talk about. There is so much knowledge in those two people.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
You know, we're blessed to have them. You know, so we got some other speakers. We're going to have Chris and Christina from Canna Convicts is going to get up and talk. So you guys got to come out, man.
Yeah.
And we're going to do the vendor expo from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and then we're going to kind of switch gears.
Yep.
Vendors can come or go. They can stay or they can pack up and leave. All up to them. But we're going to switch off into more of an evening celebration. After 8, it's 21 only. It is $10 at the door, but if you got a medical cannabis card, you get in for free.
Yep.
So,
It's
free to all medical patients.
This is the one event you will not want to miss this year.
Absolutely. So, you know what, everybody? On that note, we're going to dab out.
You haven't
appreciate
dabbed
you
out
guys,
yet? I've dabbed
and,
3 times since
yeah,
we
I've
talked
just-
about
I-
dabbing out.
I've got plenty of dab in there. I put a big chunk in there last time.
Good. Well, look
I
at
will.
you stocked up.
Yeah, I'm stocked up.
Talk about dabbed out. I'm about dabbed out. So,
Yep.
so everybody, we just really hope that you guys make the best of your week and have a great week. You know, hopefully we might throw on another live here or there once in a while, but
Right.
we've been so busy with the soil and getting this event lined out, we haven't really been
Busy.
Yeah, so.
But you know what?
It's a good busy though,
Yeah.
because this
It's
is
a-
really cool shit that's going
Well,
on.
it's going to be so great for the community that it's just really worth it. You know?
Absolutely.
That's what
Well,
it's all about.
It's a blast. I'm excited. You know, it's getting to work on all these different projects. You
Yep,
know,
it's a beautiful
amazing.
thing. So,
And with so
20
many different people.
Yes, with so many different people.
Yep, let's rock 2022.
Yeah, let's
So,
do it. Why not?
All right, everybody.
Yep.
You know what? Peace out. Stay lifted.
Later.
Take it away, Dave.
Are you a Missouri patient looking for other options besides your local dispensary? Have you considered finding a caregiver but found the process to be confusing and hard to navigate? We understand, and that's why we created Farmers Market, Missouri's freelance marketplace for licensed caregivers to conveniently offer their services to Missouri patients. Sign up today at farmersmarket.com.
Welcome to Kansas City Cannabis, your hometown, locally owned and operated cannabis dispensary. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will guide you through your journey to wellness. Patients first is our guiding mantra, and we'll continue to bring quality, affordable medicine to the patients of Missouri. Kansas City Cannabis Company, inspiring wellness. Now open in Kearney and Blue Springs. Coming soon to Lake Lotawana and Excelsior Springs. For location, hours, and current menu, visit kccannabis.org.